Let's have a look at the breakdown and see what we're actually talking about here in terms of these fixtures. And Frank Lampard, you heard him say that Leeds are in this picture as well, and we'll watch them tomorrow night at Selhurst Park on Monday Night Football. And then their next game is against, well, the next three, Manchester City, Arsenal and Chelsea after that. So let's look at Everton first of all then, Kevin. How do you see it going forward?
For me, I think that the home games are the key, obviously. You've got to win your home games. But, you know,
Chelsea will have played at Old Trafford on the Thursday night, then they're going to Goodison on the
exactly.
Sunday.
You've got to win your home games. And then I'm looking at, you know, Watford away. You really have to be zeroing on that one. Leicester's going to be a tough game. If you could pick something up in that one. What you don't want is it to be going to the Arsenal game at the death.
The big thing Everton need to do, you look at Burnley and Everton, there's a 2-point gap now. Look at the next two fixtures. They are a lot easier for Burnley than Everton. If Everton are in the same position after the next two games, they've had a right result. I think if Everton are still 2 points behind Burnley going into sort of the Watford game and those two home games, I think they've got a real opportunity. If these next two games don't go well for Everton and Burnley do okay, I'm not really talking about Leeds, I think Everton are going to have a huge problem.
You don't want to get caught adrift. That's what you're saying, Jamie.
You want those home games to matter.
To matter, 100%. You don't want to get caught adrift.
Are Leeds in this as well, Graeme?
Yeah, I think we could be in trouble. I think it's... Look at the games they've got: Arsenal away, Chelsea home, City home. We know what Brighton are. They can pass you off the park on their day. Yeah, they've not got easy games. But I come back to that. We do this every week, don't we? Put the charts up, whether it's to win it or get relegated. There'll be some banana skins in there for all of those teams. Games they think this is a real winnable game and they could slip up in them.
What happens to Everton if they don't stay up?
I think there's a root and branch look at the football club from top to bottom. I think that has to happen anyway, considering the amount of money spent, the way the club is at the moment. I think the fans have been pretty patient, if I'm honest with you. Something is not right. The plan at the football club isn't right. You spend money and you get worse. That doesn't make any sense to me. You've had Marcel Brands in, who had a reputation of bringing young players in. Where are they? That's why he had to go. But from top to bottom, you need even if they stay up, I believe, you need to have a root and branch look at the football club and the direction it's going in, because what they've been trying to do hasn't worked.
Simple. Recruitment. You know, the guy comes in, Moshiri, has money to spend, and they've not bought very well. And then when you make a comparison with this football club, which has been the exact opposite, they seem to be getting them all right and have done for the last decade. Since Moshiri got involved at Everton, they seem to have got them all wrong. And that we would not be having this conversation if they had bought players that were up to the mark for Everton. And it's as simple as that. You can put the best coach in the world in charge of not very good players. You ain't going to be doing well.
Sorry, Graeme.
You can have the worst coach in the world, but you've got top players. Every chance of winning a trophy. The game is, and always will be, about having the best players. And recruitment is paramount at a big football club.
It's similar to a situation to Manchester United at the other end of the table, where you're talking about 5 or 6 managers have gone in and haven't got it right. So, you know, there's obviously, Kevin's mentioned actually the structure. The guy at the top, the big problem Everton have got is the guy at the top has got an awful lot of money. And before he came along, Everton were always scrimping and saving. You know, David Moyes done a brilliant job at Everton, spent Everton's money like it was his own, because they had to. And now this guy's coming in, and all of a sudden Everton got a lot of money. And other people at the club probably don't want to upset this guy and tell him where he's going wrong, because without this guy, is there a stadium? Can we then go and buy players? But everyone in football's taking advantage of Everton. Agents, players, maybe even managers, just done what they want in the transfer. I want this player, I want that player. They get moved on, they get paid off. Players on high wages, agents as well. And basically, the guys come into football. He had, I think, a small part to play at Arsenal, or was he a shareholder investor?
He was Standenoff's friend, isn't he?
Yeah, Moshiri. And now he's got his own football club, and everybody's just taking advantage of Everton Football Club right now. And that's the reason why they find themselves in the position that they are.
But he's not the first one. I mean, go back to Abramovich, that happened to him early on. You know, the people at Man City, Ellis Short at your football club, Mel Morris at Derby, you know, people who have been entrepreneurial in many different things. They made lots of money coming to football and think it's an easy business. It's not an easy business. And it's what makes it work or doesn't work is who those people delegate to and who they trust and who they believe in what they're being told.
I think if Everton go down, Everton will become a template for every other owner or football club in the Premier League of how not to do it. To spend that much money and find themselves going down. And I don't know, I'm trying to think of the other clubs who've gone down in the Premier League. Has there been a bigger club than Everton to go down?
No.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about one of the biggest sort of football clubs. There's only 6 teams who've ever been ever present in the Premier League.
Newcastle are every bit as big as Everton. They've gone and come back.
No, I don't think so.
That's probably a debate for another day.
As a Sunderland man, you are not going to agree to that.
Sunderland, the biggest club that have ever gone down in the history. Might be coming back up soon.